Leonardo DiCaprio, one of the most popular actors of the century, is known for his unique pronunciation of his name. The correct way to pronounce his name is Leonardo DiCaprio. While it might take some practice to get the correct pronunciation of DiCaprio, once you master the flow, it can be a memorable experience. It is said that when Leonardo was first starting out in Hollywood, people were confused over his name and how to pronounce it. In an effort to clarify, DiCaprio instituted a new policy: everyone must pronounce his name correctly. Since then, the name has been pronounced in the same way no matter where you hear it, making it easier for everyone to get it right. Leonardo DiCaprio himself also enjoys hearing people pronounce his name correctly, since it has become an integral part of his identity. The letter D plays a crucial role in the correct pronunciation of DiCaprio, and it must be enunciated clearly enough for people to understand it. It is also important to pay attention to the O between the R and the D to make sure the sound is completely understood. If you are not sure how to pronounce Leonardo DiCaprio's name, simply listen to the way it is pronounced in movies, television shows, or other media. Many actors will say it exactly the same way, and it can be a helpful way to learn how to get the right intonation and pronunciation. There is no one right way to pronounce Leonardo DiCaprio's name, but the general consensus is that it should be pronounced Leonardo DiCaprio. When it comes to the correct pronunciation of DiCaprio, some actors will choose to use the Italian pronunciation of his name, DiCaprio, while others might opt for the more Americanized version. Whatever the way, everyone agrees that the name should never be shortened or abbreviated in any way. In addition to the correct pronunciation, it is also important to realize that DiCaprio is part of a larger group of famous actors and movie stars. Thus, it is important to remember that Leonardo has a unique role and history in Hollywood, and it should be recognized as a unique name. The name Leonardo DiCaprio is easy to recognize and remember, and with its correct pronunciation, it can be a memorable one. Here again, the correct pronunciation is Leonardo DiCaprio, and this should be used whenever referring to DiCaprio or discussing his work. While the correct pronunciation may not be as important as understanding his work and its influence in Hollywood, it is still a sign of respect. For those who are just learning how to say the name or have been saying it incorrectly for years, it's never too late to start saying it correctly. A few of practice makes perfect, and soon enough you can be serving up the proper pronunciation of Leonardo DiCaprio. When trying to learn or remember how to correctly pronounce DiCaprio's name, it may be helpful to remember the particular pattern of consonants and vowels that make up the name. Breaking the name down into syllables can be a great way to make sure the correct pronunciation is followed every time. Pronouncing DiCaprio's name according to the Italian pronunciation is also a viable option, and the name would become DiCaprio. Though pronounced differently, the name still carries the same meaning and recognition regardless of how the syllables are presented. The combination of syllables for the correct pronunciation may sound like a mouthful, but Leonardo DiCaprio quickly becomes second nature with practice.